This is Pranav Guha Thakurta from Edu TV studio, New Delhi. Today, we have got pretty great personalities with us. Miss Sana Mittar, who is the recipient of the Diana Award. And she will have a conversation with Miss Sunidhi Sudhir, who is a class 12 student of Delhi Public School, Electronic City, Bangalore. Over to you, Sunidhi.
Good morning, Sana.
Good morning, Sunidhi.
It's such a pleasure to see you and to talk to you. And first, a hearty congratulations for being the recipient of the Diana Award. It's so amazing. And apart from just being the recipient of this award, I want to personally thank you as a person of this community for contributing so much and, especially during these dire times. So it's great to meet you.
Thank you so much. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you.
Talking about you and Jeevan and everything, starting off as an entrepreneur at the age of 16 is no easy feat at all. But despite that, you proved that you can make an impression and make a mark. And going through the years, you've gained a lot of experience as well. So is there any advice you'd like to give to your past self or maybe other young budding entrepreneurs?
So, like you said, I wanted to be a social entrepreneur since I was 16. And at that point, I was sort of working with different social impact organizations. I was working with different campaigns, and I was learning the art of advocacy at that moment. But I always wanted to start something of my own. And I think it took a lot of time to sort of realize what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. And I think in the initial phases, we also tend to sort of overcomplicate things for ourselves. We want it to be perfect. It's the first thing that we start. So we want it to be absolutely perfect. We want the entire plan to be charted out and, all documents to be ready. But I think the biggest learning that I've learned is that no matter how much you plan, and I think we've all learned that in this pandemic, no matter how much you plan, it's always how you adapt to your situation and make the best out of it. So I think for anybody out there who wants to be a social entrepreneur, they should just believe in their passion. They should believe in the fact that they have the skill set. They should put in the work and the effort to get to know more about their work and what other people are doing in the same industry. And then I think just not overcomplicate things for themselves and start whenever they want. I think we're at an age where we can take the risks and we have that capacity to take any risk that we want to and work for the cause that we're passionate about. And I think this is the message I sort of try to give out with the work that I'm also doing at Jeevan, where we try to create meaningful volunteering opportunities or meaningful internship opportunities for young people who are passionate about social causes and feel that, they're restricted by either their resources or their lack of education or skills or anything like that. So we believe that nothing in the world can stop a person from working towards a social cause, and nothing should. So we try and empower people like that.
That's amazing, Sana. I'm taking notes, by the way. Totally.
Nice.
So now that you've spoken about being an entrepreneur and the first challenge that you mentioned, the perfectionistic streak that most of us have, we are wish to jot things down and stuff before we start off. I wanted to go and continue off with this point. So there is a saying, when the going gets tough, the tough keep going. So what were the challenges other than this perfectionism within you that you had to encounter? And most importantly, what motivated you to keep going and to not give up?
I think the biggest challenge that I faced being an entrepreneur in 2020-21 was the pandemic. Since we try and partner with a lot of social impact organizations and NGOs to give meaningful opportunities to young people, there were so many organizations that stopped working during the pandemic in the first wave and then in the second wave. So the second wave hit India really badly. And I think we had more than 100 volunteers with us, a lot of whom could not get a volunteering opportunity immediately because a lot of NGOs shut down because of the second wave. And there were so many problems with the volunteers as well. Everybody had problems in their houses. The virus was everywhere. So I think that was the biggest challenge that we faced. And this was our first cohort of volunteers, but still, I think we managed to place these volunteers and give them meaningful opportunities in a little while, I would say, when things started settling down. And that was because I think, like I said, we adapted to the situation. We created our own COVID relief response, where these group of passionate young people were actually helping people get medical supplies, hospital beds, verify resources for them. So we created a pan-India repository for verified resources. We would call people every day, check up if there's availability of medicines, if there's availability of oxygen cylinders, and all of these volunteers were working for that. And I think we helped more than 5,000 people through these resources. We created WhatsApp groups for them where they could send in their calls for help and talk to other people and sort of work as a community. And at the same time, we also felt that there was a lot of pressure that everybody was feeling, and everybody's mental health was deteriorating a lot during this time, our volunteers and the people we were engaging with. So to sort of just do our bit for the society, I think we started a mental health initiative as well, wherein we created a support group and we created a peer support network also for people to join in. We collaborated with a few mental health coaches who were giving free consultation during this time. So I think these small things really helped us, one, adapt to the situation, two, actually work for a cause that was the need of the hour at that point, and three, I think the passion or what kept me going during this time was that I saw the helplessness around me, right? And people assumed that with this helplessness, there's nothing that they can do. But on the contrary, there's so much that we as a community can do. And I think there's so much that young people can do. So I think it was just that passion that led me to sort of adapt to the situation and start this COVID initiative and help people engage with the community.
That's so beautiful, Sana. Like, it's due to your and your team's empathy and quick thinking that despite the suddenness of the pandemic, you quickly rose and you helped 1,000 people, like more than 1,000 people during such a dire situation with all your resources. So talking about your journey as an entrepreneur with your team and working with people during this COVID pandemic and helping them out, I'm pretty sure this was your dream, right? To make an impact to society. So talking to you, I think we both can agree that having a dream or a vision is extremely important. We both know this. But what is your take on having supporters along the way? So do you have any role models, peers, or parents you want to give a shout out to?
Absolutely. I think I would not have been able to begin my journey at Jeevan or, get this started from just a ground level if I did not have my parents' support, if I didn't have my friends rooting for me, if I didn't have role models, and if I didn't have mentors who actually guide me through the entire process. Because I think what I've also come to realize is that not everybody is as privileged to be in a position where they're a 19-year-old and running a social impact organization, because the sector of social impact and running a social enterprise is also a financial burden, because you slowly and steadily sort of create revenue streams out of it, or you do or you maybe don't if you run a nonprofit. But I think having that support as well is so vital, right? Because there are so many people who don't have that sort of financial support, who rather have to help their families. And especially with the pandemic, we've seen how difficult it has become. But I think that's just one aspect of it. Apart from that, I don't think I would have had the knowledge or the experience without, having my parents support me, or, without having them let me do what I'm really passionate about. And I think giving a shout out to so many people would be so difficult, but definitely my family, they've been my biggest supporters. My friends, they've been my biggest supporters. And I think I have a few really great mentors from a lot of places that I've worked at. I've worked at Vilac India. I've worked at UNICEF's Yuva project. And I think I've had these mentors around me to sort of guide me and help me through this process. I think having mentors, friends, family who can support you, and then on top of all of that, a team that is so hardworking and so passionate about the same thing as you do is so vital. Because I say this every time. Jeevan was an idea that I had, and what we have now, Global Volunteers Action Network, it is an organization that we've all made, and I couldn't have done it alone. I couldn't have done it alone.
So amazing how you just translated a dream that was within your head into reality. Something which all of us, like me being one of your juniors, can certainly learn and be inspired from. So, since you started with Jeevan along with your team, and you made such an impression in our society, not just in India, but abroad as well. So, where do you see yourself in Jeevan 5 to 10 years down the line? Like, are you going to try your hand at some other ventures, or is it just going to be you and Jeevan?
I would definitely love to try my hands on different ventures. I would love to intern with different organizations, but at the same time, not leave Jeevan at all. I think this is a question that a lot of people have asked me because I'm a college student, because I'm in my first year. A lot of people have asked me, how serious are you about this? Do you really want to do this in the long run? And I think I really want to do it in the long run because I'm extremely passionate about the work that I do. And we're working towards the UN SDGs, right? We're working towards the UN's 2030 agenda. And I've been doing that for the last 3 years, even when Jeevan wasn't, I hadn't started Jeevan. I was still working on these causes through different internships and different fellowships that I was doing. So I think I can never stop learning. And I think I'm at a stage where I want to imbibe a lot of knowledge, where I want to gain that experience because I'm still very young. And I think working with different people, with different organizations gives me the exposure to do that. So I would definitely love to work at different places and with different people and, like-minded people as me who are working for different causes. And at the same time, I think my vision for Jeevan does not lessen because of that. I definitely want to see that, we work hard enough to take Jeevan to a global scale where no matter where a young person is in the world, they know that if they're ever looking for an opportunity where they want to give back to society, and no matter what the cause is, no matter what their age is, no matter what their education skill set is, they always have a place to come, get that opportunity from, get that support from, get some sort of training and help, and as well as get a platform where they can sort of advocate for the same change.
Yes, very true. So, Sana, I would love to thank you so much for giving me your time of the day. I know you must be so busy with your work, and like personally from my side, I'm pretty sure from many other teens too, you're such an inspiration, especially during such times when you're sitting at home. You're exactly right, because all of our mental health has also had such a huge toll. So just having this beacon of light inspiring us to help one another rather than just sitting cooped up, like despite the fact that we are, staying at our homes, disconnected from everyone, we can still help one another and come together. So thank you so much for giving us this hope, this inspiration that we too can make an impression on this earth. So from one human to another, we are so proud of you. Thank you so much. And I wish you the very best for your future endeavors as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sana. I'm really impressed with both the girls today. When I compare ourselves with people of the Western world, the main difference between us is the boys and girls in those countries, they start working at a very early age. Am I correct, Sana?
Yes, sir.
And they get a specialization by a age of 22 or 23. On the other hand, after 25 also we look for some kind of profession for ourselves in India. Our boys and girls are very smart, very intelligent. They're doing fantastic. But as like Sana, she started working as an entrepreneur at the age of 19. I'm sure the thought must be have come to her when she was 18 or even before that. So I'm sure this will be an inspiration. And with students like Sunidhi also, while we're studying in class 12, and she's doing this kind of jobs, short-term jobs or apprenticeship or internship, I think this will definitely take our country to greater heights. Plus, Sana, you definitely will be inspiration for many girls of our country. Thank you so much, both the Bacha Party. And
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.